Alright guys, welcome back to the Watson's Garage. If you can, please like and subscribe, and if you like stuff like this, I got plenty of other videos that maybe you might be interested in. But today I want to catch you guys up. The last week, Texas went through like a 7-day Alaska free trial. We were pretty much just frozen in place. We didn't know what to do. But anyways, we're done over with that. But in that timing, I actually got a phone call from a buddy of mine back in high school, and an old gentleman was, I think he's retiring, he's pretty much just liquidating everything he has and moving on. But anyways, he called me, and of course I had Volkswagen, so the guy had Volkswagen, so he ended up giving me a call. But anyways, I ended up going over there. And I went and looked at all his Volkswagens. He had 5 Volkswagens on a bunch of parts. Short story is, I went over there and I bought everything Volkswagen related he had. Some of them, one bus I actually have already brought home and I've already sold it. It's already not even here. I think I had it for a day or two or something like that. But I got some pictures of it. But anyways, I just want to give you a walkthrough of actually what I actually have now and see what you guys think. Okay, the first one is this. It's a 1971 Volkswagen bus. You know, it's got the top gives a dead getaway. It'll do the cheese wedge up, and there's a little bed up there, like a. This one has a cot. Some of them have like a full-size bed or something like that. This one has a little cot system in it. But this is a 71. It's been sitting for a good little while. It's not too bad. It's got this weird little bumper on the back. But so it's got the camper. This is a piece right here. This is actually a cushion that'll actually go down and it'll make a full-size bed right here. You got like a little storage room here. There's like a closet over there. Nothing too crazy. And the engine in there. I gotta charge the battery up. I think I'm pretty sure if she's not locked up or anything like that. But I never messed with dual carburetors. They work awesome when they work. But what I've been told is when they don't work, they're a pain in the butt to keep together. But I guess we're gonna find out. This is gonna be my first attempt on dual carburetors on a Volkswagen engine. So we got that. Let's put this back in here. I'm gonna shut that up. But what I plan to do is I just want to get it out and I wanted to wash it. Let's see, yeah, this one's got the little sink. It's got the old garbage pile kids, man. That's old school right there, that's for sure. But anyways, it's got a little sink. You flip this over. It's got the little table out here. I guess you can play chess on that or checkers, maybe. I don't know if there's enough squares or not. But anyways, it's got the little sink over here. And to my knowledge, you actually pump it. There's no electric pump back then. You just pumped it, and that's what you got. There's a little fill cap. But this one, it's got a little table that pops out. And there's a little latch on the side. When you're out here, you can kind of be next to your camper and you got like a little thing. I believe they refer this to as like the little spice rack. Put just miscellaneous, whatever the heck you want in there. And this one actually still has your refrigerator in it. I've never had one of these, but to my knowledge, this isn't like people say this is a refrigerator. It's more like an ice chest. To my knowledge, you know, it's just pretty much like a glorified igloo ice chest you take to the beach. It's just sitting straight up. So you got to put ice up top. I believe you put ice up here, and it goes in this tray, and then down the tray it leaks. So it keeps the ice in, but you don't have the water, because if you didn't have that, it would just flood your entire bus out. But it's really, really cool. It actually has this another little storage cavity there, like that. And this thing will actually come out. There's like these little attachment points that attaches to the bus, or you can actually just take it out, I think, to my knowledge. Well, there's a little storage up there. Like I said, this bed, I haven't done it yet, and never even attempted to do it. But this part will come over here, and that will lay down, and it makes a full-size bed all the way in the back. There's a little storage underneath here. There's another little seat right here, and there's a cushion for it. Of course, you got a little more storage underneath there. Of course, it needs more upholstery, that's for sure. It's had its better days. Over here, I got I forgot that little hinges. And this is like a little closet. You hang clothes in and stuff like that. So it's just a little travel closet. Right here, but it's not too bad in shape. like I said, it's a pretty solid bus. I don't really see any rust on it. A lot of times they rust down here, like that. I don't think the floorboard or anything like that is rusted up. It's got a little bit of rust on it, but that's, for us Volkswagen guys, that's not bad rust. When you got holes and stuff, that's when you start worrying, or that's when it kind of sucks. But no, there's a whole front right there. This little seat. But now let's go ahead and pop this top on it and go from there. All right, so all you gotta do is there's a little latch in here, I think. But anyways, you just push it up. Let me bring you guys in here. And see what this does, it makes you a nice, where you can stand up in there. So it's really cool. So when you're in here in the kitchen area, you can actually stand up like this. So see, I'm up in it, so I can, you know, I can fully stand up in it. It's just a real cool feature you can do. But you know, this is the top of the bus up here. You really can't store too much on top of it, I don't think. Of course, it does have a window. You can unzip this window right here and gives you one little window. Oh, I do have one. I have a couple little tears. One right here. That one don't look too bad. And I think the worst is right here. That's not too bad though, but I mean, they make these new covers brand new, so if that's something you want to. But then you also get this little cot. You can actually, you flip this up. It's always hard to notice the two-handed or one-handed. Okay, and then see you got a cot up here now. It might be easier to see underneath. But see, this hat goes underneath. There's a cot up there you can get up on. But yeah, it's just cool. So I guess what it's, you know, really designed for is the mom and dad sleep back here and the kid goes up there. And then this one also, at one time, to my knowledge, they make a hammock. I see these little brackets, and I believe these brackets here on the side is for a hammock. And I can see the holes over there too, so I'm pretty sure it did. But anyways, there's a hammock that you can get that the hammock goes this way, and it's like a big hammock, and it goes over those whole dash right here. So you can have the kids sleep here, you can have kids sleep up top, just, you know, whatever your family needed or whatever. I'm trying to remember. No, the kid cot was supposed to be. There's not a kid cot in there. The kid cot, to my knowledge, stored up here. You kind of stored it down there, but it doesn't have it in here right now. But that's something you can easily get for these things. I've seen them online. I think like $100 or something like that. But no, what I'm gonna do is, like my other bus, I got it. I didn't even clean the other bus up. I had a good buddy of mine. It was a 69 bay window is what I sold him. He has a early bay bus like I sold. And I sold it to him really cheap, but he used to be a club member of the local Volkswagen show. So I actually reached out to him because I had a pretty good guess that he'd probably want it. So I sold it to him really cheap, and hopefully, I don't know what he's going to do. He may actually swap his bus parts onto it because the bus I gave him was really solid. But anyways, that's the bus that's actually gone. I'll pop the pictures of it. But it was just a standard bus. It wasn't a camper like this one. But no, I think what I want to do is I'm going to get my power washer out. I'm going to power wash it best I can. And then I got one of those foam cannons. I'll foam it all, and I'll just kind of try to just get it cleaner and just a little better shape like that. And we'll do that. But the other buses I got, I wish I would have got pictures of these when I didn't. They were all dirty, so I came out here the other day and I just did a car wash on 2 of them. But one of the other cars I got was this 1970. I think it's a 1970 convertible. It's actually in really good shape. The top on it, there's nothing wrong with the top. I think the only thing wrong with the top is this back window back here. It's barely coming out, and I might actually try to, the plastic's fine and everything on it, but it might just be, I might can re-sew that back on there. But you know, the paint's in decent shape. It's not no show winner, but I mean, it's pretty shiny, you know. It's, there's a couple little, like, what do you call them, stress cracks in the paint, it's like that, but I mean, I'm being real picky though. But no, it's a, like I said, it's a 1970. you know, it's ain't nothing too crazy. It's just a normal little bug for say. I'm actually currently working on this one to try to get it running. I really like this bug. That's the only problem I'm having is I'm really liking it. The bug was originally blue, as you can see over there. I had the door card for it, but you know, the interior, it's got real nice interior in it. I took the seat out just because I've just been messing around to look at, but yeah, I just don't know what I'm gonna do with this bug. I kind of like it, so if I can, I'm probably gonna end up keeping it, but just don't tell my wife. But anyways, but I'm just charging it up right now. But yeah, it was really cool. The guy who had it, I bet he had over 40 cars at his place, and this one was actually stuck inside of his shop. He had a shop, and it was buried. I think there was like a 80 model Cadillac and an old Studebaker Alpine, if I remember correctly. But it was buried in there. So eventually I got those two cars out of the way, and I ended up pulling this thing out. But it's a complete car. You know, it's got the full engine. I'm going to try to crank it right now, so I got some fresh gas in it. Try to give it the best opportunity to crank is put fresh gas in it. Don't use the gas, especially since this car's been sitting about 10 years. Like, I just don't even use the gas. I'll worry about the gas tank later. I'll flush it out and everything else, but to give it the best chance to start is fresh gas. I tested a couple key points on the coil, make sure I got power to look at. But yeah, this is one of them. And the other two are out here. Such a nice day today. It was so freaking cold. I think it was like -2 degrees or something like that last week, and then here we are now. It's like 73 degrees, maybe even 80 degrees. It's a beautiful day. The next one is this one. It's a 73 standard Beetle. It's got the flat windshield in it. It's not a bad car. It's not perfect by any means. I hadn't even cleaned it. I hadn't touched it. I literally rolled it off the trailer, and it's been sitting here ever since. But you know, it's got a little bit of rust right here and right here. That's pretty common in those, and especially on Beetles. And then I have this. The interior seems to be in really good shape. You know, it's a complete car. I actually busted this by accident. I put my knee in. I was reaching back there to do stuff, and I put my knee in it, and it busted that seat. It made me pretty mad. I was like, man, you gotta be kidding me. But no, I'm probably just going to sell this car as is. It's a good little project car. It's a complete car. Like I said, the headliner in it is really, you know, decent. The chair is complete. But I mean, it is a 73. It's not the most expensive version of the Beetles. And I had way too many projects, so I'm probably just going to let this one go pretty cheap to somebody or whatever, and just get them into Volkswagens to look at. But it is a complete car as well. You know, it's got the complete engine back here. I haven't even attempted to crank it over, because one of the issues that I've seen with this car is the wiring harness has been ripped out. Well, not ripped out, it's been completely, pretty much disconnected in it. What's up with this hood thing? Can't remember how to get the hood open. But the hood, got to pop it. Most of the old Beetles, you ain't got to do that. You just come up. There we go. But you can see that the wiring harness has been. I mean, this is the fuse box. I mean, so this car ain't running easily anytime soon. But the good thing about it is it's got a brand new wiring harness, color coded, factory, you know, everything like that. We got the I think this is the rear section. See, it says light switch, like that. So it's got a complete wiring harness for the whole thing. So this would be a really good project for somebody to do. I'm not sure why they put a new wiring harness, because a lot of the wires in it don't look horrible, but I don't know. He may just wanted a new wiring harness in it and just didn't want to mess with it, or had a wire that he couldn't trace down, so he just said forget it, I'm just gonna order me a new wiring harness. I can't tell you that, but it looked pretty good to me, so you might can just hook it back up or whatever. Like that. But this is a 73, a 73 standard Beetle. And then the last one is a 1979 bay window. And this, I actually have washed this car. I washed it up, I slicked it all up. He had brand new hubcaps in it. Did that. It's not a bad looking bus. I mean, you know, there's no broken glass on it. The interior is not, you know, not too bad. And these new door panels, like all the panels, you know, all of them are kind of tore up in it. That's pretty common in these old buses and bugs. It's just those panels are just real cheap wood and, you know, stuff like that. So, but good thing you can buy all that stuff, so it's not that big of a deal. Just, you know, takes a little tinkering like that. Of course, the front seats are going to need to be recovered. The back seat's actually in pretty good shape. But, you know, it's got a little bit here. It does got a little dent on the top. And then back here, it's got the little spare tire cover. And this one, this I can't remember the year. I think it's 1973 or 4, whatever. Bay windows, they went to a pancake engine like this. And they're good engines when they run. They're just not the old school Beetle, per se, engines that a lot of people know and like. But these engines were actually fuel injection. And fuel injection was really good. I mean, I've had a couple of them ran great, but it's what I've heard is, you know, once they kind of go bad, you got a computer over there and everything else. They're a pain in the butt to just deal with. So a lot of people did, and this bus, the previous owner actually did, is he converted it to the old carburetor system, which is just a real simple process, or it just simplifies all the fuel system like that. So a lot of people have done this conversion. This one has done it. It's like that. But no, I mean, it turned out to be a pretty good little bus. It's pretty solid. There's really probably no rust on it. The doors open. Go look at it. There's the entire fuel injection system. It is going to go with the bus, whoever buys it. But no, this is just a simple little bus. Someone wants to get in, just kind of tinker with it, make it their own, do something crazy with it, you know, whatever. Just yeah. But no, it turned out pretty good. And what makes me the most mad about this bus is it cranks better than my 63, which really makes me mad. This little bus, I can go in here, I hit the gap, and it cranks right up. I mean, this bus runs really good. So someone's going to enjoy this one. That's it. So like I said, I bought 5 Volkswagens. I just showed you 4 of them, and then the 5th one's gone. But what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to jump over onto the camper, and I want to just try to clean it up a little bit, and I want to put the charger on it, try to get that battery up and going, and then I'm going to start tinkering it, because this is the first one I kind of touched, and it just fired right up. I cleaned it up, and it's probably already sold, but no, the next project is just get on the next one, get it running, get it going, stuff like that, and you know, just put it up for sale, whatever, and go from there. But I think I want to leave the convertible for last, because that's the one I like the most, and I'm going to try to maybe potentially keep the car. I don't know, but let's go take care of the camper real quick and make it look a whole lot better, hopefully. Well, that was a lot of power washer. But anyways, so the first thing I was trying to do, I was trying to get all the big, heavy stuff off of it, and there's probably still a little bit left on it. But I was just trying to get the majority of it off. And the next thing I want to use is this it's called a foam cannon. You put it on the end of your power washer. It was like 18 bucks. This one's a daily tool foam cannon. I used the Chemical Guys. I think it's the pink stuff, whatever. But this, if you have a power washer and you have cars and you do not have a foam cannon, you are doing it wrong. If you're still using the bucket and the wash mitt type thing, man, you're missing out. It's like 18 bucks for this, I think like 15 bucks for the chemical, and you only put like 2 or 3 ounces in it, and it's like a 24 ounce thing, or maybe more than that, really. I think it's more than that. But anyways, worth your investment. Power washer, you have cars, get you a foam cannon. Probably the best thing you ever did. I don't know why I waited so long to get one, but these things are awesome. So let's get it all foamed up and I'll start scrubbing her down. All right, well, here she is. Man, she looks so much better. I cut the top up. I didn't want to like crazy power wash it because that is material and I don't know how old it is, and there is a rip up there. So it's kind of old, so I didn't want to like just hammer it down on the pressure washer, but it looks a whole lot better. It's drying out a little bit. Yeah, it looks really good. Up here, there's like a little luggage rack area. You can put your luggage up here. It's got them tie down portions, and you can you know, tie all your luggage down. But yeah, it looks, you know, it's not a perfect bus, obviously. There's some paint issues on it like that. And I sprayed the engine bay out too, and that looks pretty good. I covered the carburetors up with Ziploc bags, just kind of protect it, and yeah, I like to get this sucker running. It'd be nice to get it running. That is for sure. And well, yeah, she cleaned up real good. I'm happy the way she cleaned up. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep messing with it. I'm probably gonna just pull it down there and keep it on the charger. It's like that, and then while it's charging like that, I want to clean it up and it's like that. But I don't want to bore you guys with like cleaning every little thing on it. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. Pull it down there, charge it, and I'm gonna clean the inside out, wipe it all down, and I'll do an aftermath of that maybe like that. But I'm hoping, knocking on wood, I can get it cranked and running. But I guess we'll see. It looks a lot better now. And it was a good engine just from the get-go, so it's not like I, got some crappy, super, bad engine and did this with. It was a pretty good engine from the get-go. So, but I just spruced it up a little bit. I got a bunch of new parts. I got to put all the spark plugs on it. I got new hoses, new breather, the new heater hoses like that. Now let's put all that stuff on. See how good it looks then. Yeah, what do you guys think? I gotta do some tightening on this. I got a hose, but the hose that came in was not the right size at all. Huh? Well, she's on the starter stand. I'm gonna crank her up and cross your fingers a little bit, see what she does. Well, I got some news. I got that engine going, running all great, put it in the bus, and then I got on the internet last night. And I'm always looking for Volkswagens and everything else, and I like horse trading and stuff like that. Well, I know the guy had a Volkswagen Thing. If you don't know what a Volkswagen Thing is, it's like a army. It looks like an army vehicle that the Volkswagen created. That's about the shortest answer, but it's a short little, so simple little car they make. Anyways, I've always loved them. I've had one before, and I had to get rid of it. And but anyways, I know he had a Thing, and I was like, or a Thing top. They had a hard top for a Thing for sale. Well, if you got a hard top Thing, most likely you have a Thing. So anyways, the short story is I reached out to the guy. I was like, hey man, obviously you got a Thing, yada yada yada. You want to trade for a 71 camper? And he's like, that'd probably be pretty cool. So I ended up driving over to his house. He's about 40 minutes from me. I drove over there, and I seen his car, and then he came back over here, and then he seen the bus, and he's like, man, this is perfect because what I have isn't big enough for my family, and my wife wants it and everything else. So it was like, dang. So next thing you know is I got the bus loaded up on the trailer, and I haul button and I end up dropping the bus off for him, and I pick up my Thing, and so yeah, the bus is gone, but it's okay because now I have a Volkswagen Thing. I've always loved these things. They're like the quirkiest little cars in the world. Either you love them or hate them. I don't know. I've always liked them. But my old Thing was like a normal Thing. It was like stock suspension, nothing crazy on it. It was like a stock setup, which I liked it too. But when I seen this thing, it's a completely different style. I think it looks sweet. Let me guys show you what I actually picked up the other day. Bam, there it is. This is the thing. Right now I know that the color's not perfect, and the doors are different colors and stuff like that. See, there's the hardtop that I actually found the thing by, but he put that on there. So the thing was running, it's like that, but he took it apart to paint it, and that's what's good about it. It looks kind of ugly right now, but the bodywork on this thing is like in really good shape. It don't really need anything like that. So, and then he has parts for miles. He actually bought this vehicle from a guy in the town I live in, and probably, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. And it's just funny that now I'm literally bringing it right back to where it used to live. But the guy he got it before did a lot of the work. He was a body man and stuff like that. So like, there's a lot of time in the thing. The whole floor band's redone. The suspension's brand new. It's got like a 3-rib bus transmission, limited slip differential. It's got, you know, the shocks on it. Got disc brakes on it. It's got these like aftermarket, not aftermarket, well, the bigger off-road tires. I think they're called Jacks wheels. Those like a Volkswagen option wheel. So I got those. I mean, these tires are like brand new on it. So it was a big project for the guy who first had it. So this guy ended up getting it, and he took it back over there, and he really just kind of sat in his place, just kind of sitting there chilling. But I love this thing. They're just so cool. They're so unique. They're just so simple and stuff like that. But like I said, these guys got parts for everywhere. He's got the extra wide fenders. When you do the off-road portion, like the fenders would only come to about here. Well, he's got the aftermarket ones that bump over. So he's got all the fenders. All the doors are literally brand new on it. They're just, the color makes it look like crap. You know, I think all the interior is here, but it's in boxes. I got like, I can't tell me boxes of stuff I got. And almost everything is brand new. Like every seal, rubber, grommet, it's all brand new. There's just so many new parts on it. So it's going to be kind of a fun puzzle putting this thing back together. But good thing, the Volkswagen thing is super, super simple. So it shouldn't be too hard to kind of put it back together, because there's really not a whole lot putting together, really. I guess seals is probably the worst thing. Like I said, because the whole drivetrain is complete. I don't have to touch the drivetrain. The drivetrain, it is complete. So literally, I'm gonna have to, you know, obviously put the fenders back on it, and there's gonna be a little electrical, you know, the headlights and the tail lights and, you know, stuff like that, and then stuff like that. But yeah, it's got parts galore. It's crazy just how many parts. And what's really cool about it is this thing was originally orange, and orange is literally my favorite color on the Volkswagen things, and it's also my wife's favorite color, and she likes the things as well. So when I seen this, I was like, man, this is just perfect for me and my wife. I'm actually going to, hopefully, I'm going to teach her to drive a standard in this thing. She always wants to, she's aggravating me on the R8 over there. It's a 6-speed, and I'm like, well, let me teach you on something that I don't mind blowing the clutch out of it or something like that, before we jump into stuff like that. But that thing's really cool. We both like the thing. We both like orange, so this thing's awesome. Like I said, there's just parts. I got those, the back fenders. There's the other seat thing on it. This is the convertible top. The frame itself is in like perfect shape. The vinyl, the top itself is, I think it's garbage. Honestly, I haven't even opened it up, but it doesn't matter, because I have a brand new one sitting right here. Brand new one, still in the box from the thing shop. I believe they're Arizona, New Mexico. I can never get it right. There's a bottom skid plate for the rear. I think that's a skid plate for the front. Here's some of the air intakes on the side. You see that big hole right there on the side? That's where they actually go, right here. Technically on a 73, they're just supposed to be vents there. So this is a 73, so it's a 1-year only car. Like, there's certain things, and that rear thing was a 73 version. Well, I don't know who cut it out, whatever cut it out, but anyways, the 74 had those big, looks like shoulders on the side. And actually, I think they look kind of cooler. It makes it look a little meaner. It's like that. So this isn't going to be like purist, you know, down to the 73. Everything's correct. I mean, obviously, we're looking at like a lifted thing, so you know, it's not going to be air correct in every aspect. But no, he has that. So I am going to put those on that. So I'm going to put the 74 air intake scoop, I guess you'd want to call them, like that. So he's got those for both sides. They're different color, but they're brand spanking new. So that's really, really cool. And one of the cool things is the fenders are wider. Like I said, they're the wider off-road version of it. But what happens is you always have problems with bumpers, because the bumpers, you got to do those as well. Well, the guy he got brand new bumpers that are actually extended for the wide fenders. So I got the front and the rear. Actually, I haven't even taken them out of this thing yet. I'm trying to go through everything, but it's like I said, it's like a puzzle piece. I'm trying to figure out where everything goes and stuff like that. Got that. I got the bottom of the rear seat up there, and then over here I have the back. The back seats fold down, like so, kind of like your modern SUV. The back seats they just fold down, and you have like a flat space back there you can play with. So I got those two. So I got parts over there. There's the extra seat. It's got a seat in there now. It's like a off-road kind of seat like that. So yeah, I like them. I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna have to do little modifications on the seat bracket itself. I think they're a little too high. But that's easy, something to fix. But I can do that. But the other one's sitting in there, all that fun stuff. And then I literally have a slew of parts. This whole thing back here parts. This whole thing is every rubber. I mean, it's got the doors. It's got the thing for the blinkers. I think the pan, the seal. It's just ridiculous how many. And it's all brand new. In some really good shape. It's not dry rot or anything like that. And then, I try to set stuff aside, try to keep it together, because these are the tail lights. This is for the rear deck lid, for the license plate. There's the light right there. So like that, and then he's just got stuff everywhere. This is like the seat, little springs, all kinds of stuff. Rubber boots, and just, there's so much new stuff on here. It's insane. Like, the guy, like I said, the guy I bought it from didn't buy all this stuff. He bought it from another guy. It was like a project, and he got the project and never did anything with the project. Now it's my project. So there's just more stuff. It's the breather. I don't know what them things called. I always see them. It's like a breather. I can't get the name up, but you connect all the extra breather lines up to it, and it like filters it. It's like that. This is like brand new fog light harnesses, like that. This is, I don't know, there's like a coil in here. There's all kind of miscellaneous thing in here. The guy actually has 2 gas heaters. And the 73 was the only year you could get a heater. It was a gas heater. It's, as crazy as it is, you literally it sucked gas from the fuel tank, and that was your heater in these things. So it was kind of scary. I don't know if I'm even going to put it in there. I might, but I got 2 of them, so that might be like one of those things where once I get done with the thing and then running and driving, it might be something I take apart and just kind of fiddle with and play with it. I don't know. It's got brand new floor mats for it up here. This thing, he actually has an external oil cooler for the car. It just really helps keep the oil clean. Of course, he's got the fans that go with it. A little battery box, whatever, all kinds of little miscellaneous stuff here. These are door handles. I actually had all the door handles off. I started actually last night. I started putting the door handles back on it. I think the wise thing is I'm thinking I'm gonna put the whole thing together, like literally put all the parts back on it and everything else. Make sure everything fits and fitment issues and all that fun stuff. Put the engine in it. Make sure there's no clearing issues, because I'm gonna have to do some changes on the engine tin, the sealer portion of it. But these are a lot of the parts. There's the mirrors, the little emblem on the front, the rear deck lid portion of it, and then I think in here, yeah, in here, this guy, man, he bought so much stuff. Like this whole bottom portion in here, like these are brand new seals here. it is crazy how much stuff he bought and how much it, like, there's so many like little parts for this thing that he bought, and it's just crazy he actually bought this much stuff. I don't even know what that is. That's half the fun, is figuring out what all this stuff is. And yeah, here's these original vents that they were cut out at once. So I guess technically I could go back to original, but like I said, I want to stick with the 74, but I think they look cooler anyway, so I guess that's all that matters. There's all these parts. Oh. And then one of the best things is I got this with it. This is a 2110 built out. He had a build sheet for it, and literally Jim Berg, which is an old name for the Volkswagen guys, is if it's Jim Berg and it is available, the engine's been built with really good components in it. It's got the dual carbs on it. I did get it running. I had it running, but there's no exhaust gaskets, so it's like really loud. But it runs. I mean, it sounds like a beast. I've never had this big of an engine. I've never even had dual carburetors before. So it's going to be a little learning curve. I got to buy the little thing to sync the carburetors and watch probably a couple hundred YouTube videos on this. But that's what it is. But no, it runs. I threw my little test stand on it last night and I fired up a little bit. But that thing is going to sound like a beast. I believe he told me that when he drove it around that if you wanted to, you could pull the front wheels off the ground with this engine. Well, now that's what he told me. I was like, oh lordy, that sounds scary and fun at the same time. But yeah, this is definitely like the highest horsepower engine I've ever had. He's got, like I said, and this is where the engine oil comes out. It's going to go to the filter, and then in the radiator you saw back there, the cooler, it's going to go to the cooler, and then it'll pump it back in the engine. So that's one thing. Like I said, I'm going to put the engine back in the thing. I'm going to mount everything back up the way it's supposed to, make sure everything works like that. I probably get it running and driving around just with one seat in it. Make sure all the wiring harness works like that. And I don't know how far I'm going to go, but I think the wise thing is for me to assemble the thing as much as possible. All the doors are perfect. That one front passenger door, I'm going to have to do a little bit of working on it. And this is the time that you want to do the working on it. You don't want to paint it brand new and then find out, oh, it's rubbing over here, and you really just messed up your paint job. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've been slowly putting it back together, get all that going. I'm going to take the hard top off. I'm probably going to get the the frame, put the frame on it, make sure the frame is good. I think it is. Make sure all the bolts and stuff like that are for it and everything else. And then, because when I put it back together, I'm going to have it powder coated. So I want to make sure it fits before I go get it powder coated and all that fun stuff. And same with everything else. Most of the stuff I'm going to get powder coated and like that. Like the engine tin, I'm going to take all the tin off. The tin there's only downfall. He didn't have the tin that came with the engine or whatever, but he had some, I guess. And this is like, the chrome portion is like kind of cheap tin, and he didn't have it all. So I'm probably just going to buy brand new tin for the lower portion. The doghouse is in perfect shape, so there's no problem there. But anyways, I'm going to get all that, and then I'm probably going to send it to a buddy of mine, and he does powder coating, and I'll get him to do that, and just whatever miscellaneous items I need powder coating, I'll send it to him, and we'll go from there. But man, I'm super stoked that I got a Volkswagen thing again. Like I said, this is one of the vehicles that some people like, some people like the ugliest thing in the world. But I like them. So I guess this is gonna be it. I'm gonna start building this thing up. I know some of you guys have been talking about the double cab. The double cab's been over here, and I did quite a bit of work to it, and I was pumping out pretty good progress on it. But the double cab, it needs a lot of body work on it. It needs metal cutting, fabricating. It needs a lot of work like that. So The double cab, unfortunately, is going to be put on the back burner. It kind of has been for a little while now. But now that I have the thing, it literally is officially on the back burner. So that is what it is. The thing's up next. All right, guys, I think this is going to be it for the day. I do appreciate you guys watching and tuning in with me today. But this is going to be it. So I should be pushing, I'm going to start producing videos on it and slowly put it together, make sure everything works, tear it all back apart. Me and my dad are going to paint it orange right here in the shop, just like I did the 62. So we're going to paint it orange, and then I'm going to end up putting it all back together and stuff like that. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do it, but it's going to be really, really fun. Just putting it back together, finding where all those parts go, because there's no telling. But now, I do appreciate you guys, and if you can, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.